What is up guys, I'm back again. Today we will be learning about the pop-up palette or pop-up widget and how you can use it for making your workflow for creating digital artwork much more easier coming up. So here we are in Krita 4.3 with our colored sort of background. We have two layers over here. One is a transparent layer and the second one is a opaque layer with some color on it. So now in order to get the access to our pop-up palette, just press the right mouse button or just press the shortcut button on your drawing tablet or your active or passive stylus, whatever you have, if you have assigned a shortcut to it. And now after doing that, what you have is you can see a circular sort of palette which we call a pop-up palette in front of us. And over here we have a lot of things going on, a lot of stuff over here. First thing first, what you can do is you can see on the left hand corner forward color and the backward color indicator. Keep in mind it's just an indicator, unlike this top one over here. In the middle you can see this triangular sort of thing. You can set your color saturation brightness over here by just moving your mouse cursor. Outside this indicator there is a color hue generator. Basically you can set what sort of color you want. This is basically for selecting your hue, and then the internal one is for setting up its saturation and brightness. If you jump to the outermost section of this palette, you can see a white dot like structure, and if you press it and try to move it, it basically helps us rotating the entire canvas. Just press this circle over here at the top, just click on it and it will set the rotation back to normal. Now if you dig much inside this circular palette, what you can see is there are 10 brushes of specific tags presented to you over here. Currently the selected tag is of digital brushes. You can set it over here to eraser. If you want to toggle it from eraser to something else, you can do it. You can add the FX brushes or effect brushes, so on and so forth. Now coming back to more and more advanced brush settings and properties, what you can do is if you press this arrow like button, what it basically does is it will open up a tab to adjust some of your variables like size, opacity, etc. Obviously the number of variables presented to you to manipulate and change are totally dependent on the sort of brush you're using or you have selected over here. And as you make changes to these variables, these settings, these properties, they will be applied and you can see the effect immediately. Now for instance, if I choose this color, this particular color and draw with it on my canvas, you can see it is perfectly applied to my canvas. And if I go back to the pop-up palette by pressing the right mouse click, you can see now this yellow color is added to my brush history. It's pretty much the same to your browser history. Instead of saving those nasty websites, it saves all the colors you have previously used in this particular canvas or in this particular digital artwork, which is definitely convenient and helpful if you're working on much more bigger projects and illustrations. Apart from that, you can also use this slider over here to zoom in and zoom out of your canvas. Using this button over here, you can zoom in your canvas up to 100%, but I would rather use this slider instead of this individual button. Over here you have this mirror button. Basically what it does, it flips your canvas. It is really helpful if you want to know whether you have messed up a little bit of your proportions or the perspective of your digital artwork. It really helps a lot if you flip the canvas. And at last you can press this canvas like icon, which turns the canvas only mode on. What it basically does is that there will be nothing on the screen except your canvas, all the tools option, all the other things, and the panels just disappear. Personally, I don't see what is the need for that, but perhaps it might help you for recording your time lapse or speed art, or if you have multiple monitors in your setup, it might be useful as well. So yeah, I really hope that this helps you a lot and makes your overall workflow much more easier. I've also provided a link of the entire documentation on this same topic. It's pretty much the same, just in written words. So if you want to check it out, there will be a link in the description, as well as if you want to download the latest version of Krita 4.3, there will be a link in the description. You can check it out over there. And yeah, you can comment down if you have any video ideas, comments or suggestions. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, peace.